The goal of this open source project is to turn your $60 router into a $600 router by converting it into a powerful, highly configurable router capable of sharing one internet link across multiple households. We think this project is especially attractive because 1. We'll make it easy to upgrade, and 2. It's open source and totally free. After a simple firmware upgrade, you can share your internet link, boost your wireless signal, prioritize who and for how long they can get your precious bandwidth.
Hi, I'm Peter Valanov, and I've been developing and integrating systems for more than 15 years now. Technology is something I'm really passionate about. I love innovation, and I like the concept of sharing resources to better utilize what we already have.
We have access to internet with a connection speed of between 2 and 8 megabytes per second. But on average, we use only 1/5 of the available bandwidth. If you think of it from another perspective, we use 1/5 of what we pay for. Now, the real question is, can we improve utilization of unused internet bandwidth? And can we, as a society, benefit from improved utilization? Absolutely. We believe the best way to utilize unused internet capacity is by sharing the unused bandwidth.
Okay, so here's what the usual internet at home setup looks like. We have access to internet with a connection speed of between 2 megabytes and 8 megabytes per second, a wireless router, and few wireless capable devices such as laptop, desktop computer, iPad, and Wi-Fi capable smartphones. On average, we only use 600 to 700 kilobytes per second, which is less than 1/5 of the available internet bandwidth. Now the challenge is to develop a platform that can be used to share the unused internet bandwidth with neighbors, friends, or anyone else in an easy and secure way.
We know that existing internet networks are capable of delivering high-speed internet, but our wireless routers are incapable of utilizing it. So if sharing improves utilization and has the potential to reduce cost, then how can we share one internet line with neighbors or friends? And even if we could, would that be secure? What if we wanted to share the bill also? Would that be possible?
How can this be achieved? We are planning on extending the functionalities of a Linux-based open-source firmware DDWRT. The first firmware version was publicly released about 7 years ago. Today, it's a stable platform compatible with major vendors such as D-Link, Linksys, and Netgear. The first step of the project is to build a user management module, responsible for managing who and for how long has access to internet. Then we need to integrate user management with payment gateways such as PayPal and Amazon, and provide the ability to accept online payments via credit card and e-check. The next step is to tie in bandwidth management with user accounts to ensure that available bandwidth is fairly distributed. And finally, establish secure environment for each user by implementing virtual LANs and isolating users' traffic. Around all of these components, we are going to build a web interface so that all aspects of users' administration and billing can easily be managed.
Reality is, we all have regular consumer-grade wireless routers at home, which aren't built to accommodate sharing of one internet link between multiple households. The problem with the existing high-end routers up to this point is that they're all really expensive, and they're hard to configure. Usually people have no networking experience, and they have to pay extra to someone else to configure the equipment and integrate billing and user management into one system. So the cost keeps piling up and becomes prohibitive for home and small business users. So right now, only big companies can afford such a solution. Now, this project is about building an open source firmware compatible with most existing wireless routers to allow any household or small business to get paid for sharing its internet line.
Now, let's take a look at how it's going to work. When a neighbor wants to use wireless internet, he or she can browse and select from the list of available Wi-Fi capable networks in the neighborhood. Once connected to a Wi-Fi cloud-enabled wireless router, they can choose the type of internet access, either one-off or subscription-based. When the type of access is selected, the user will be forwarded off to PayPal or Amazon to do the checkout. If the payment fails, access to internet will not be granted. If the payment is successful, the Wi-Fi cloud-enabled router will automatically generate unique username and password and display them on the user's screen. The user can now log in with its credentials and immediately gain access to internet.
By making high-end networking features available to the consumer routers, we can challenge today's status quo of underutilized internet bandwidth and inefficient and hard-to-configure firmware. We're looking at building a zero-maintenance, simple-to-set-up system that you can just load on your router, select the type of access, set the pricing, and forget about it. The system will automatically manage the process of creating users and charging their accounts. And if they cancel their subscription, it'll automatically block their access to the internet. The technology has the potential to change the way we access internet while significantly reducing the cost. Sharing existing resources isn't a new concept. It all started back with public roads and public transportation. We share them all and we pay collectively. Today we share web services, we have car sharing companies, and timeshares. Cloud computing allows us to use shared applications, and we share resources in many other ways. Sharing allows us to better utilize the resources we have to pay for anyway. The reason we need your support is so that we can get the firmware developed as fast as possible. With your support, Wi-Fi clouds will forever change the way that we use internet. You can become a part of this movement. Join us in challenging today's status quo of underutilized internet and inefficient wireless routers. So join the revolution, make a pledge, and help us change internet forever.
Additional features that we would like to build if we get more funding. Ability to define price discounted but bandwidth restricted profiles. For example, users that can only browse internet sites but have no access to streaming media, or users restricted to particular type of website services. Roaming minutes of internet access. Deposit minutes of access to your home internet line and use them to connect to someone else's Wi-Fi network when you are traveling or you are not at home. Mobile app capable of displaying on the map users that are running wireless cloud-capable routers in your neighborhood. Display the speed of their internet line, how many users are connected, and how much they charge for internet access. Super easy wizard-based account setup. Ability to protect your identity by hiding your location and blocking tracking sites and scripts while you surf internet. Antivirus scanning of all incoming and outgoing internet traffic, including the ability to block access to dangerous or explicit content websites.
So join the revolution, make a pledge, and help us change internet forever.